We are delighted to be back in Simi Valley and be able to share with you our hearts, our music, and whatever words God passes on to us. As I was listening to Kurt this morning, he was reading scriptures from Isaiah. They happened to be the same scriptures I was meditating on this morning, Kurt. And I was particularly stricken by the translation. I don't know what the translation is, but I had to write the words down. And the shout of their voices rattled the doors as they shouted, "Holy, holy, holy." We live in a world that's not very holy, and it's tainted in many ways. As you listen to the news this week, you got a taste of some more of that. And everywhere we go, as a matter of fact, even Isaiah himself said, my voice, my words are unholy. And I guess we really won't know what holiness is all about until we see him face to face and join that mass choir of people who rattles the door with worship. So I want us to worship this morning with holiness. I read these words this week, and I thought they were good advice to each one of us. Love as if you've never, ever been hurt. Dance as if no one saw you dancing. Sing as if no one heard you. And worship as if you never had another day to worship. As if this was your last. Can we sing that way this morning? You'll have the lyrics on the screen. I invite you to sing along with me as I play this great hymn of the church. Let's stand. I think we'll even do a better job of shouting these praises. let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. There's a song I'd like to play now, and you may be seated. The last verse of this song says, "Do you hear what I hear? Pray for peace everywhere." There's an incredible need for peace in the world that seems so devoid of that one quality. I was recording in Israel one day, actually the whole week, with the Israeli Symphony. And at the end of that recording session, we picked up a little rental car, ran around the country of Israel, enjoyed some of the pathways that Jesus used to walk, now paved, of course, and they have cars driving on them. And we stayed the night before we left in a little hotel on the west side of the Sea of Galilee. Got up the next morning, and we would typically make a left out of the parking lot, go up to the north end of the Sea of Galilee, and we'd take the northern route into Tel Aviv. This particular time, I got to that same stop sign, and it wasn't even an audible voice, and maybe not even a quiet voice, but one of those little hunches that says, check your map and see if there's another route to Tel Aviv. We whipped out the map. Sure enough, there was a southern route that would take us into Tel Aviv. We took that route, and it wasn't until the next morning, passing through Rome, when I read an English-reading newspaper. It had a picture of Israel, the map of Israel, on the front page. And at the same time, we were on that southern route. There was an ambush of the northern route, and they ambushed dozens of cars. In fact, all the cars that came along that morning on that highway, and then they gunned everybody down. It was in 1978, and many of you read about it. You've forgotten about it since then with all the events in the news. I haven't forgotten about it because we were 15 miles away when that happened. Pray for peace. Those people experience that continuously, the fear of what's going to happen next. Do you hear what I hear? And while I play, let's make this also a prayer. It wouldn't be Christmas if we didn't have a chance to sing some carols. Here's a little kaleidoscope of Christmas carols, and you are the choir. Now, there are some places it's really written for a choir, so you have to follow me very closely. Here it comes, a kaleidoscope of carols for you to sing along with. The first Noel. The first Noel, the angels did say, was the certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay. In fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night. We all know this one. O little town of Bethlehem. O little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Out of thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Yet in thy dark street shineth the everlasting light. And fears of all the hills are met in thee tonight. Don't worry if you miss an entrance here or there. More important that you worship as you sing. Okay? Came upon when? A midnight clear.
It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song above. The angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from hands of gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing.
And now maybe everybody's favorite. Silent Night. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. invite you to come to the garden of prayer. And as we do, I'd like us to sing this same song, but without the aid of the piano or a soundtrack. There's no better instrument than the human voice. So let's sing it a cappella, and we'll invite you to come to the garden of prayer.